All right, we've done a lot of graphing as far as phase shifts and vertical shifts and translations and all that stuff. Now it's time to take the info and write the equation of it in this form, in this form right here. We have everything given to us. Amplitude is 3, period is pi over 2, phase shift is pi over 4, and a vertical shift of 7. So let's start plugging in stuff, okay, until we hit a snag here, and I'll show you how to handle this. So y would equal, this is of course the amplitude, little a, y equals 3 cosine. I'm going to go to the end here. If I have the vertical shift, I can literally just put plus 7 here. And I know the sign in between this k theta plus c business is going to be negative. It's going to be negative. Why? Because the phase shift is positive. All right, the phase shift is pi over 4, and that's positive here, so this has to be a minus, okay, to shift it the other way. All right, so we got that. Now what we need is to know what the frequency is, which is k. All right, so let's make a note here that k is the frequency. Okay, that's the frequency. I want to show you two different formulas that we've talked about briefly before, but the period, I'm going to put, let me just write that out, period equals 2 pi over the frequency, which is this k thing right here. Okay, we've done that a million times. So let's go ahead and do that. So we know what the period is. Period is pi over 2, so I can say pi over 2 equals 2 pi over f. And if I replace these two, then f equals 2 pi over 2. And so that all means 2 pi over 1 divided by pi over 2, which is 2 pi over 1 times, and that one gets flipped over, 2 over pi. Well, the pi's cancel. The 2's don't cancel. Don't be slashing 2's up here. You can't do that. And this would become 4. So 4, which we'll circle, that's our frequency. And it is represented in our master equation here, frequency, by the letter k. Okay? So we now know that this is going to be 4 theta. Okay? We just have to get this thing here, this c. All right? Now, let me show you another way, or the way, I guess, to get c. We know that the phase shift, I'll call it PS, phase shift equals c, this letter c here, divided by the frequency. Phase shift equals this value that's going to go in here divided by the frequency. Well, we know the phase shift. We know the phase shift is pi over 4. And we know that the frequency, which we just found, is 4. So this equals c over 4. All right? Now, if you're thinking about it, you can look at this right here and solve this equation. I'll show you how to grind it out, but this would be pi. Pi over 4 equals pi over 4. You can kind of see that. That doesn't always happen. When it does, though, jump up and down and have a party. But if you don't know this, you have to multiply 4 by this. So it's going to be 4 over 1 times pi over 4. And you can see that that just cancels, and you get pi. So no matter, wow, let's try that again. So no matter what you do, you're going to wind up with pi right there. So this c will be replaced with pi. So we could rewrite this, our final answer here, 3 cosine 4 theta minus pi plus 7. And the way I always remember this is anytime, if you're putting this in an answer blank right here, then you should be able to go from the equation and come up with the phase shift. And here's how you would do that. You would take this and change its sign. So check would be in purple here. You would take this thing here and divide it by the frequency, and then ask you and change the sign. So it's minus here, so this would be plus. Is that equal to what's given here? And it is. so you know you've done it right. So that's how you check your work too. Enjoy.